bounce.
Give us some knowledge so we can ask her questions on her field. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you. Everybody give a cheers up for 6 foot diva in the house. Yay! All right, all right, all right, all right.
Period.
Yeah, man. Where do we start, man? So this tells us about what you do and how long you've been doing it, and yeah.
I've been an OR nurse for 21 years now. Seen it all, seen a lot. The only thing I haven't done surgical wise is hearts and what else? I don't do a lot of ortho. I do small caliber ortho, but I've seen just about everything.
Talking about hospital
Everything.
From emergency victims, gunshot,
Gunshot.
car accident.
Yes, all of it, all of the above.
You got a Blazin' Hot Zoom
So
singer
what
tonight.
inspired you to become a registered nurse? What was the thing?
Well,
when you was a
I
young-
love surgery. I've always watched. I don't know if you guys had. Well, in Philly, we had this channel called Channel 12, and at night they would show surgeries at night because they couldn't really play none of them during the day. And a lot of the surgeries that they did, especially open heart and transplants and things like that, that was fascinating to me. I'm just weird like that. You know,
Oh, no, it's not
I like how the
That's not
body
weird.
works.
That's not no
You
big
know,
deal.
well, some people consider it weird. Like, how can you look at that and go to lunch? Or
I used to watch them when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
see.
well, not that specific thing, but there was like when they have the shows when they're in the hospital and they do.
What you said?
So
Mm-hmm.
okay,
So, and that's in
okay,
Philly. That's in Philadelphia.
That's in Philly. Yes, it
Philadelphia.
is.
Okay.
period.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're a registered nurse, do you go like? Because I want to know how that works. Like, do they place you as a student in hospitals, right?
Yeah, and
And
when you
then
do your clinicals, after you
okay,
send all your
clinical.
prerequisites, you
Mm-hmm.
go through a clinical part, and then you can really find out where you really want to go as far as being a nurse. There's all kinds of nurses. You know, there's
Okay.
nurses in the neonatal unit. They take care of babies. You can deliver, help labor and delivery. There's so many ways and avenues you can go as being a nurse. So I
Mm-hmm.
chose surgery.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's I do like look. I have daughters, right? I have daughters. Hey, how you doing, Black? Saying it. Welcome everybody, Lily. I have daughters, and I told them, they 16 and 14, right? And I said,
Hmm.
okay, y'all, because you know how certain people, I'm gonna say girls
I'm
and
fine.
guys,
Hmm.
are scared of like blood, the sight of blood, right?
Hmm.
So I said, okay, y'all, we're gonna watch because like YouTube, they have like the actual surgeries going on. But
Hmm.
before we got to the YouTube thing, I said we're gonna watch a whole season of ER, right?
That yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So ER, I mean, but that's like the closest, the closest thing to, I guess, to surgeries and emergencies and
You
storylines, I guess. But
Well,
but
but when you're in the
yeah,
field and you
yeah,
watch these shows, it's
yeah. It's
funny.
it's it's kind of
It's
comical. Yeah,
hilarious
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a show, and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not. I mean, they mock
yeah.
us, but it's not the
Really? You
real
thought? Oh, okay.
thing. It's just
Yeah.
mocking. Because some things I look at and I'm like, that's not what we do in the
Well, it's
operating room. But
TV. Yeah,
but
it's
right.
TV.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want people to really think it's like TV because
Mm-hmm.
it's not like TV
Mm.
at all.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can
Well,
imagine.
but the whole thing was to get them kind of like
And should
into
exactly.
kind of like oh wow, and then also the medical terms and the TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
things like that, like
Mm-hmm. Some
you
of
know, the
them done their
emergency
homework.
room and ER, with all these short, abbreviated, you know, thing. What's the OR, the operating room, and you know, things of that nature. So,
That's part of the
and so
education.
they learn a lot, and you know, and they into things like that now, and they're not so afraid of seeing blood, even though it's
Oh,
TV.
good,
You know what I'm
good.
saying? They kind of like
Yeah.
get them into that.
Cause we had take your kid to work day. Don't ask me why. You know they wanted the
Okay.
kids to come in the OR, I guess to give them
Hmm.
exposure. But my daughter did not like it
Hmm.
at all. Like she was not
Really?
feeling it. Nah. So everything is not for everybody.
Okay. Right.
You
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long
Okay.
have you been into profession?
21 years now.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a seasoned nurse.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
21. So what was the some of the things that kind of got to you as you was in your field? Like, did you ever get like, okay, this is a bit too much? Like, was
Oh
there
yeah.
ever a time? Yeah. Well, you just like, can you
um.
explain us, or if you can,
I
without
think
giving no
you
names?
know
Wow.
working in the inner. You okay, Bacon?
No, I'm trying to get Guap to get off the panel.
Oh.
Come on, Guap. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta
Yeah.
chill out with that shit, dog. For real. Come on.
Hold on, Baker. You are live, bro. Hold on. Let me give her a question. Yeah, let me give her a question, bro. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Working in the inner city is rough, especially in Philadelphia. That was like a point where I started getting burnt out.
Mm.
To see, you know, the youth killing each other.
Mm.
I've saved the life of a young man, and he was gunned down. We saved him.
What?
He came back maybe a month later. We saved him again, and
Wow.
then
Wow.
the third time we couldn't save him.
Oh my
Wait a
God.
minute.
So yeah,
Three times he came
it's that
through?
real. It's that real. Yeah,
The
Wow.
and
same
it's like
dude got shot three
the
times.
same guy. You know, and I mean, this we see many young people, but that kid I was close to because even after the
Mm.
second time, I
Mm.
did something. I went past the line where I went to talk to him and ask him, you
Mm.
know, why don't you
Mm.
change your life? You know, try to do something
Easy.
different. This ain't
Yeah.
working out for you. You know,
Right.
but yeah, it's like a war out there. It really is. It's like being in Iraq. And
So,
most of the inner
mm,
cities are becoming like that now.
just
So,
like, yeah, like war zone type thing.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Three times he came to the hospital. Like,
3 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus, God, you know,
Third
I
time was the charm.
wow. Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh.
Yeah, so that made me, you
Mm.
know, change my route as far as nursing. So now I'm more so into like same day procedures, like short procedures. You come and you want a mold taken off, you know, or it's something like plastic
Oh.
surgery. I do that.
Oh, you do plastic
Um,
surgery as well? Oh,
I do a
okay.
lot. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
So talk about anybody want to ask her something right before I no. Oh yeah. So the plastic surgery. What? I thought
Oh,
that was like only in a. So you left that field, the emergency field,
yeah,
to
because that was a burnout. Yeah, that was a
okay.
burnout.
And
Yeah.
how long was you doing the medical the emergency
The emergency
the
stuff for
emergency? Yeah.
at least 15 years.
Okay. And that
Yeah,
15 years is just a
yeah.
little bit too much.
It was time
Was
to
that
slow down.
was there ever like any like sleepless nights you having and just like man,
Well, in the beginning they were, but after a while you become kind of hard.
kind of numb to it.
You know. And my first patient I lost, I took it home. Maybe
Mm,
about to my third patient I lost, I took it home. But after that, I just became hard. You had to
got numb
harden
to
up.
it.
You know, you have to have tough skin to be in the medical field.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then,
Yeah.
you after the 15 years, you went to
Doing
cross
easier. Yeah, I
something easier.
crossed over
Okay.
to something a little easier on me.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
where's this occupation you in? Right, that you was.
It's the same. It's just that I'm in a short procedure unit where we just do
Mm,
same day surgeries. That's all. The
okay.
same day surgery, everybody is when you come in, have a small procedure, and you go home. I'm
Mm,
not in the main hospital where I'm with patients and they're having critical care and things like that anymore. So
mm,
yeah.
okay. So like Botox and
Oh
things like that.
yeah.
You do Botox, yeah.
Yeah,
What
people a
type of
lot of
people become? What type of
mostly
is it more
older.
older people? Okay, older women. Is it women
Older.
or men or women?
Oh, men
Or
get Botox
multi
too.
men get Botox?
They don't like wrinkles.
Where they getting Botox at? Where they get
In the brows or cheeks or wherever they have laugh lines or wrinkles, people get Botox.
Really?
Yeah,
How much is a procedure like that?
I have
With
no
insurance?
idea. I
Oh,
don't do the
insurance.
medical part. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
So you said you also remove warts. Like what do you mean warts? Like right. What we talking about here? Warts.
No, warts is a problem. Wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Warts are a problem. Okay, I have my little brother. He played with a frog one time. He got warts on his fingers, and we had to get the. My mom had to get the thing that freezes it off. Yeah.
The thing
Warts
that
is a
freezes it off. What'd you
problem.
freeze it off with?
It's the
There's certain
medicine.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a medicine you put on it and it freezes it off.
And
What
it'll
about
just fall
moles?
off. It'll just fall off.
Yeah.
The little.
You do moles too?
Well, whatever people want done, we do it.
Cause I have a mole. Cause I got a.
You
What
know
we
what?
call them? What we call them? We call them meat moles. Y'all know what that is? Like a meat mole.
It's
That's
that-
one
like
of
a,
them
it's like a
moles that-
tag. that hangs.
Exactly. It's a tag that hangs. I've had one, but I've had it since I was a baby, since I was born, right? And when I was probably like 4 years old, they tried to. My mom, my mom and my auntie tried to pull it off, and it just grew back bigger.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fine now. I just look at it as a beauty. You know, I'm Native American. I'm Native American. You know, the natives be having the moles.
I
got
got a few. I must be native.
You do. You got Native American in your blood.
They're disgusting still.
Yeah.
I got them from my grandmother.
I get it. Yep. Same here.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about, but here's the thing. I did know. I mean, in your professional opinion, does this work? If you take a string and you tie it around a wart or a mole, will it fall? In your medical opinion, though.
Well, that's not how we remove them. But
Okay.
some moles can be very vascular, meaning have lots of veins in there. So if you remove one, you'll bleed a lot. So
Yeah.
it depends on the size of the mole and where it's located. You know,
Okay.
tags are easy to remove. Tag moles are the ones that hang off. You know how you can see it looks like a little, I don't know, a dark.
I have it. I literally
protrude-
have it.
Right, but that would probably need to be surgically removed because if you remove it, it'll keep coming back.
Yeah,
So
it
you have to get
is.
down to the core of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
heard
want to
if you
remove it.
Yeah, I heard if you remove a mole, anybody heard this? If you remove a mole, that you'll bleed to death. Anybody heard that? Raised
I've
by
heard
Rick
that.
Hands. You heard
I've
that?
heard
You heard that? Too? You know what I'm saying? That's how I was like this. You gonna bleed to death? Don't remove that mole. Is that's somewhat true?
Well, you can bleed a lot from a mole, like I said, depending on how vascular it is and the location of it. Yeah, that's true. I don't know about the death, but
The death part. I mean, but have you heard that?
I did
growing
hear
up,
that
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I just wanted to.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
wanted to say really quick, briefly. I had a mole that fell off. Like it was from like when I was a child, and it was on my body, and then it just in time it just fell off by itself,
Yeah.
and it never came back.
Well, that's good. That's good. You just different, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah.
what else? What else type of warts? As in like sexual warts or?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
there are sexual warts. Yeah.
I know
herpes,
there are,
like
but-
herpes warts. So we
No,
what we
herpes
going here with that?
herpes
I
aren't
don't
warts.
know.
Herpes are blisters,
Are
right?
blisters?
They are blisters, but there are sexual warts that you can catch.
And so you have to literally get the sexual warts removed.
Oh yeah, some of these
Oh,
warts
my.
cause cancer in people.
Wow.
No way, no.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on now.
If anybody has a phone, they can Google condyloma virus, which causes
Wow.
warts. The papilloma virus, which causes warts. A lot
my
of
God.
people.
So wait, can you get this from? I know people use condoms and protection. Can you get those from skin, just skin to
That's
skin
a
contact?
very, very, very good question. Hi, doll. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Hey.
Mhm.
All right. If you can,
That's a very,
see
very
right
good
over there.
question.
I
When
appreciate it.
when a guy
Thanks for
wears a
coming. Thanks for coming.
condom,
Mhm.
um, I mean, hopefully he has the right size condom.
Right.
Okay, some guys wear condoms that's too small.
Or
Some
too
guys wear
big.
condoms that's too big.
Yeah.
So if you're not having that full protection, unless you're wearing that condom all the way up to your chest, when you're
Wow.
exchanging all kinds of fluids down there, your pubic area can get warts from your
Come.
partner.
Oh, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Wait a minute.
Now I'm
Wait a minute. Wait a
terrified.
minute,
Now
people. Wait a
I'm.
Don't.
minute.
But
Wait a minute. I'm acting up here. I'm about to. Wait, okay, just wait a minute. Let me. I know. Let me digest this in my half body here, because
but wait,
okay.
does it
I
have to
know
be?
where-
Go ahead.
we got.
Wait, does it have to be? This is what I want to know.
Yeah, yeah.
Does
Go
it
ahead, go
have
ahead.
to be like? Do I have to be able to see warts, like in
Some
his pubic area?
Well,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
it
this is
would be
good.
nice if you asked them to shave, but some things aren't on the inside of a woman. You can't tell if a woman has them. You know what I mean? If a guy sleeps with a
Oh
woman,
my
the
God.
warts are usually internalized. On the male, you'll see them on the outside.
Okay.
So
Okay. At
therefore,
least that gives me a little bit of. Let
yeah,
me.
but
Oh, let me
but
put the
you you won't
flashlight. Wait a
know.
minute. Let me put the flashlight.
We
Get a
have
comb. Get a
we have
comb.
bacon.
We need
We
to
have
party.
bacon. We have bacon right here. Go ahead, bacon. Go ahead with
What's
your
up?
question. You have a
All
question.
right,
6 foot
all right.
nigga.
I
Yeah.
got a question, but first and
Go ahead.
foremost, I would like to say y'all ruining sex for me. But anyway,
Me too. Me too.
God,
Ew.
I'm
all right.
concerned.
So like you said, generally the women it be on the inside. How would a
Well,
male know?
Yeah.
you really can't just keep that
Oh my
condom
God, I
on.
don't
You
tell
I
can't
me
mean,
feel it.
nothing
You
else.
can't feel it.
or,
That's it.
a lot of times, people get into situations with people they don't know their history. They don't know, like, what's wrong with asking someone to take a test? Can you
Yes.
get tested
Right.
for this? Can you get tested for that? Let's both
Right.
go get tested before
I
you just
mean,
jump in
like,
the
like,
sack with
I
somebody.
mean, that like. Let's be honest, man. We all grown. We all done had one night stands.
Not me.
I mean,
But you
all
gotta
right.
be
Well,
you gotta
obviously, the way you talk, you have
not
not.
raw.
You want to
Not
see
raw.
you want to see a whole. You want to see somebody credit score for you. Fuck them. I see that. But in the meantime, God,
Oh
like,
God.
Real
Okay.
I got a
talk,
question
real
for
talk.
bacon.
Well, wait, hold on. Let him. Go ahead. Yeah, go
I
ahead. Finish
just
it up.
wanna
Go ahead.
like, all right. You was explaining about the dudes have it around their area, so help a dude out. Help us dudes out understand what we need to be looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with a woman having a real clear kitty cat, meaning no hair, visibility. Examine it, look at it,
What
talk
nah?
to it.
What do we need to be looking for
Oh shit.
if she do
You're
got that
looking
shit?
for warts. A wart, you can Google a wart, what a wart looks like with
It looks like a regular
genital
wart,
wart.
right?
Well, some there's different. There's there's different strands of
I
coronavirus.
appreciate
There's different strands of warts.
Oh.
Like you got,
See,
as you
that's
mentioned,
what I kind of
herpes. There's
asked.
different, right? Right. Just like you mentioned herpes.
Wow.
There's herpes. What? I don't know.
A, B,
Hey,
C.
Hey,
too.
yeah,
hey,
yeah. There you
I
go.
don't
There's
know.
different series. You get a new model every time you turn around.
why
But
y'all ruin the sex? My next question is why y'all ruin the sex?
My question for you,
we're not
Bacon.
ruining sex. We're
Okay,
just
come on,
making you
platinum.
I
Let's
got a
aware.
go.
question
No,
for
we is-
Bacon.
yeah, go ahead.
You was out here having one night stands raw?
I know.
I mean,
Is that
I
a
was young.
common thing? To
I
have
was
a one night
young.
stand
I
raw?
was young. I was
You
young.
never,
I'm
ever,
What?
ever,
as a
ever
young
did
kid.
that.
I was having fun.
What?
I'm out here just knocking shit loose. I couldn't help myself.
Nah. We ain't
Yeah.
fucking
But
raw
hey,
the
but
first
get what
time I
though?
meet you.
Duh,
I'm
hey,
sorry. You're not
by
fucking
the
raw the first time I meet you. That's
but by the
Absolutely
blessing
not.
of by the blessing of the Lord, I ain't never caught nothing.
period.
But yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
That you know
I
of.
will.
That's you, right?
Nah, I go to the doctor. Don't play that
Good.
shit.
That's what. See,
Blood.
some
Yeah, I
guys
got.
don't go to the doctor, so
Yeah, that's
that's great
And
rare.
let's
that you
be
do
clear.
that. Yeah,
Let's
That's
be clear.
wonderful
And
that you go
doctor,
to the
please, if
doctor.
I'm wrong, correct me.
I'm not a
You
doctor, but thank you.
sometimes, well, RN, basically. You do more work than a doctor. I'm already knowing.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Real
but
talk. That's real talk.
you can go with an STD and have no symptoms and
Symptoms.
have it for
true.
years.
You right. You
Absolutely
right.
And have it
You
for
right.
years.
You right.
Absolutely
You
true.
absolutely right.
Okay.
You absolutely
Hey,
right. I can vouch for that.
Men go to the doctor like this. This is how we go to the doctor. If
Hold
our
on.
lady
Speak for
go to the
yourself.
doctor-
Speak for
hold on,
yourself.
hold on.
Don't say men. Speak for
I'm
yourself.
saying men in general.
In general.
Shh. In general. This is what I'm saying. Listen, in general. This is what I'm saying in general. I ain't saying everybody. We go to the doctor through our partners. If you go, if we're in a relationship, right, and you go to the doctor, nothing wrong with you, ain't nothing wrong with me.
Please.
Boom. That's
Please.
come on now. Ain't no,
What the fuck you
I'm
been
like-
out there
I'm
doing?
like, we all right.
That's a
Woo!
lie.
I'm
That's a
doing
lie.
It's not every
That's a lie.
time. That's
bro.
what y'all
That's
gotta
a lie.
That's my
understand.
truth.
You
All gotta
said
understand
men
it's
in
also
general.
a certain
That's you.
percentage. And the RN could correct. She's a medical professional. She could correct me if I'm wrong. But one thing about it, I know about sexual education. Okay, there's a small, it's a percentage. This is about percentages. So just because your partner goes to the doctor and they don't have an STD,
Speak that shit,
that
Platinum.
does not automatically mean you don't have an STD.
Speak that
just
shit,
mean
Platinum.
You didn't pass it on to your
You
partner.
can't gotta-
Yes.
Nah, you try to speak for every man in the room, talking about in
Yeah.
general.
Come
You
on,
try
bro.
to speak for every man in general.
Don't
Nope,
everybody in the
nope.
room. Come on, let me get you off the mic, bro. Come
No,
on.
you nasty. You nasty. You
Am I
nasty.
lying? Six
nasty.
foot diva. Am I lying?
Well,
Isn't
that's
it a
true.
percentage?
But
There
am
is a
I
percentage.
not telling
Thank
her
you.
that's the truth though? That is true. I've heard a lot of guys say that.
What my
But
point
I
is,
have heard of men
Agreeing
going
with
back,
you.
Super.
but my
They're
point is,
100%.
regardless.
I have actually heard of that.
Thank
No,
you.
and what my point, but what I'm saying to all of the men in the room, regardless of if your partner comes back negative, you still need to go get checked because there's a percentage that you did not pass it on to your partner.
But
I
man,
don't know
But
what
you're
he talking about,
carrying
man.
it.
I don't know
Just
what
like
he talking about.
COVID.
Bacon,
Just
I
like
don't know what he
COVID,
talking
right?
about.
Bacon. One
Just
more,
like
bro.
COVID,
you gonna be
right?
out of here. Come on, you disturbing the joint. Go ahead. We got
You on mute. You gotta unmute yourself.
Shell.
Tell
How
y'all
doing?
Shell.
Shall
I have to agree with y'all on that.
Enunciate your name. I can never
Selchi.
get it right.
How y'all doing?
Selchi.
Hi.
Okay, Selchi.
I like
Okay,
it.
go ahead, man.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Oh,
Okay, and you are actually right. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I had a friend that had HIV, and he had had it for a long time.
Wow.
For some odd reason, one of the women that he was dealing with would never catch it. Everybody else caught it though. So that is true. You can actually have situations where they, for some reason, could be an outlier. So don't always
Right.
assume that just because your partner tested negative that you're gonna test negative. It's not always
Right.
the case.
Right.
Some people
right.
are what they call carriers.
Yep.
And
Thank
then you
you.
have some people that are what are they? That's another name they gave. So I don't know the detail on that, but generically, that's just the gist of it. So you are totally right. That doesn't always mean that you're gonna catch it just because. And hell, you never know. You never know what the other person is doing to keep them from catching it. There's
Thank
a lot of
you.
different things. Plus genetics, because there
Thank
is
you.
a specific European group I know for a fact that
That is real.
they
talk.
never catch it.
Yeah.
They never catch it. So
Wow.
it does happen like that. So please don't assume just because that person is clear, meaning you clear.
That's like what
Talking
Cole
about
said. I'm
general
trying to tell
man,
y'all, I'm
'cause
trying to
that's
make it
you.
realistic.
Break bacon. Bro.
But just to make it realistic
One more,
and modern,
One more. I'm gonna get you up out of here, man. Hold on. Time out. Bacon. Relax, man. All right. Relax.
just
Okay,
to
you
make
said,
it real.
yeah, go ahead.
But just to make it realistic and common, right? In today's terms, somebody can have COVID and not have any symptoms of COVID.
That I was gonna use that
Yeah.
same example.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then they go and they're in
up?
a room like this. Not
Yeah.
everybody in this room is gonna get COVID, even though I've been up in everybody's fucking face. You know what I'm saying? I've never had COVID. I've been with coworkers in the same room with we done touched each other. I never got COVID, but another one of my coworkers got COVID. You know what I'm saying? It's the same principle. It's the same thing. So again, everybody just needs to get tested. That should just be a normal, common thing that we do every 3 months or so. Make sure you're straight. Period.
Yeah.
It's super
Know your
gonorrhea,
status.
y'all.
Going to the doctor like that. We ain't going to the
It's
doctor.
super. But listen, don't this sound scary? Super gonorrhea? They put
Super
super.
gonorrhea. Is that a thing?
It's such a
know.
thing as
I've
super
never heard.
gonorrhea, isn't
You
it?
ever heard it? Have you ever heard
I've
it?
never heard of super gonorrhea, but I've heard of
Google it.
Because of the
gonorrhea.
bug.
Google it. It
It's
just
a
came
super
out. That's because it
bug.
just
Oh,
dropped.
maybe
that's because
it
it
just
just dropped.
resistant,
Ew.
resistant, resistant to treatment.
Antibiotics.
That's basically what it's
Yeah.
basically saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super
But you have
gonorrhea.
to realize too, people that don't take their meds when they're supposed to, like if they're given meds, this is how they get the resistant strains, because people will like either they'll take it or they'll have take it or won't take it at all. That kind of stuff actually affects that situation. So you're right about that as well. There's so many things out here. Just protect yourselves, get tested, and
this is the point of the
that's that's like the only
conversation.
thing that you can say, because that's just it's just too much going on.
Yeah.
I haven't had sex since 2016, so I'm good.
Period.
Thank God.
I am so proud of you, because I would be delirious.
You know, I used to be,
That's why
but
I
you know
took a
what?
break, too.
I was married twice. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like I just kind of got to the point where I'm like, look, there's more to this than that. And hell, I'd rather not
I
have
feel
anything
you.
and go to sleep with a clear
I
conscience
know
than to
that's
catch
right.
something
You
from
done
somebody and
beat
then be
me,
pissed
though.
off and jack them up.
You
Good.
beat me. I went 4 years.
And it's funny because
I
I've
went 4
always had
years.
people try to approach me, but I just avoid them. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
well.
it's scary out there. It's new
Understood.
STDs.
It is. It's too much
Don't
stress.
even get me
I can't
started
do it.
on fucking syphilis, y'all. Go get tested, okay?
Oh, my.
Syphilis is something crazy.
That's
And
if you out
listen,
here in the streets.
Listen,
Go ahead.
some of these tests that you go take, say you go to the doctor and you say, I want to be tested for everything. You have to specifically say HIV. They're not going to test
Yeah.
you for that. You
Yeah.
have to specifically say condyloma. You have to specifically. They'll just test you for the broad, the ones we
Right.
know about, the syphilis, the gonorrhea. You have to ask for specific tests in order to know your status.
Thank
Just
you.
letting you guys know that.
Thank you. And another thing, and just one more thing, you guys, look into your local resources. I found a place where I'm at. Well, they test you for free for everything. They will test you for free for everything. HIV, gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, all of those things for free. So definitely look into your resources. We need to be out here having safe sex in general. But if you're gonna be
One more
doing
thing.
it raw,
One
make
more
sure
thing, my
you're clean
people.
and you're
Let's
clear.
stop normalizing the fact that your girl is your STD test. We not doing that,
Freaking facts.
bro.
Megan
Like,
up here
don't. Your
speaking
girl is not your STD test.
She's not.
As a man, we need to go get tested. We need to go to the
you.
doctor. So
Thank
don't
you.
don't let a man normalize the fact that if I ain't got her nothing, I ain't got nothing. That shit
Right.
don't work, bro.
Right.
It's
It
all,
don't work
and I'm
like
done.
that.
And I'm
That's real
done.
talk.
Thank
That's
you.
real
Thank
talk.
you. Because it don't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even with herpes.
Really, you got to go on mute. You got to go on mute. Then.
Even with
You gotta
fucking
go on
herpes.
mute.
Look, I know a lot about
The
sex
radio,
ed. I'm
the
sorry.
radio.
That's why I'm bringing this up. But even with herpes, like, just know you can still have it. Even though it don't show up, make sure you go and you get tested. Even though you sleeping with somebody and you didn't see nothing, you don't know. Like, you
And
don't know.
speaking of herpes, anybody in here
Add to
had chickenpox?
Yeah,
Oh my
you
God,
can.
I did have
You also have the
chickenpox.
ability
I
to
did
get
have
I
shingles.
wanted
chickenpox.
chicken pox. I wanted
Okay.
No, no,
You have
you
the
don't.
ability to
just let
get
you-
shingles later in life.
Why do
too.
you want chickenpox?
Right. Who
No, I was in
wants
the fourth
that?
grade. I was in the fourth grade. I didn't want to go to school.
You
I
know
didn't want to go to
what?
school. I told my cousin, "Give me chicken pox," and I was out for like 2 months. I
Aw,
was.
man.
Oh my God. Nah, that's
I
not.
had chicken pox in the house. I said, I want them, and he's
Later in
his
life,
hand
shingles.
all
Oh, my
on me. And I was
God.
like,
Oh, that
and I
ain't
stayed
good.
home, watched cartoons,
no.
eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
I'm not a
I
fan
was
of being
deep,
sick.
boy. I was the man.
It's not.
And I was like,
I am
yo,
not a fan
came
of
with
being
him.
I
sick.
was sick, but I was
Don't
staying
nobody-
home.
Can't do it.
Well, a lot
Not
of you put your
intentionally.
hands up for a chickenpox.
Yeah.
How many was it
Yeah.
again? How many people
Probably
I
had
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 plenty,
chickenpox?
huh?
I remember I got thrown in the tub with oatmeal. I
Well,
had
just to
Everybody
let
in
you
here.
know, and don't be
Oh, God.
afraid,
Oh,
but
Shingles.
you have herpes.
no way.
And let me
Yes,
say
it
this.
is.
And
That's
let me
a version
explain
of
what
it.
I
But
mean by that.
please,
Let me
please,
explain
There's
no,
what I
HSV
mean by
1,
that.
there's
please.
HSV 2. She's telling the
Chickenpox
truth.
is a form of herpes.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And it lives in our bodies.
Dormant.
Now, absolutely, it lives in our bodies dormant. And when you get older, you heard of the shingles.
Shingles.
That's
Shingles.
herpes as well.
Wow.
So
Yep.
that's
Herpes,
something
I
that
think,
you
what is it,
can
Zorilla
go
or
through.
Zoster?
Hold on, Shell.
That's something that you can
we
go
can hear you.
through as you get
Awesome.
older. You can get the shingles from having chickenpox.
I do have a question after
Well,
Go
show.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
So,
on
wait a
everybody
minute, hold on, wait a
talk.
minute. What? We all got herpes. What?
Well, that's a form
It's
of
a
herpes.
form. It's a form.
Yeah,
I do
chickenpox.
have a question though.
in
So,
the
Shell,
fourth grade, I
please.
had herpes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what?
It's
You
called
wanted it.
HPV.
You need to
You
calm
asked
It's
down.
called
for it.
HPV.
Now,
It's
this
called
is-
HPV.
It's not
It's
sexual.
called
It's
HPV.
not
I don't understand.
bacon. It's not
It is.
sexual.
It's
It's
a-
not
It's
an
called
STD.
HPV. No, it's
No,
called
it's not.
HPV.
Because
Everybody.
I don't know.
Wait, wait, we got too many people talking.
Unless-
Bacon, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Wait,
Hey,
Shell,
hey,
let
at the top.
Shell
Wait a minute,
ask
hold
her
on.
question.
Hold on,
Bacon,
go ahead.
you got too many things at the top. You have a seat, please.
It's called HPV. Everybody got it. Everybody done had a
wait a
heat
minute,
blister,
brother.
a heat blister, any kind of blister. Yes.
And this is what
Okay,
I wanted
brother.
to ask. Since Shell went down, I do want to ask you this. Okay. This is a FaceTime, y'all. This is a FaceTime. And let's be clear, my mom never, again, in one of those situations where my mother never actually got this STD, you know?
Dad, you over here.
Go get
So
it.
my father was a whore.
Oh, he went.
And he ended up getting herpes, right? My mom, she never got herpes. She does not have herpes. We're very candid with one another, so it's not like she was lying. Like, this is a fact. He never passed it on to her type thing. But my mom always said, because growing up, and ever so often as an adult, it depends. It depends on if I get sick. I will get a cold sore or a fever blister or a heat blister, whatever.
That's a form of
So,
herpes.
It is, but what I wanted to know, and I don't know if you know this or not, but my mom always told me, because like I said, I got it as a child all the way up through my, so she would say, you got that from your dad because your dad had herpes. So do you think that there's a correlation between the two?
Well, I'm not a doctor.
Is it hereditary?
Okay.
But
Right. Can you pass it on to your
but
babies?
when a woman has an STD when she's pregnant, there's a possibility you can pass it on to your child. There's children that are born with syphilis. There's children that are born with gonorrhea. There's children that are born with herpes. There's children that are born with HIV. So
Yeah, I had
you
a
know,
cousin, yeah.
I'm so glad we had this topic super hot, because a lot of us are reckless out here, and we think it's cool, and we think it's
It's fun. It feels good.
It does feel good, but you can't be reckless.
Yeah.
And everything doesn't show up right away.
Right.
It shows up in time. Everybody's immune system is different. So
Yes.
some people's immune system, is weaker than others, where they
Yeah.
can fight it and have no symptoms, just
Right.
like as you said, as far as COVID is concerned. So being reckless is serious.
So you said a mother can. I feel like that's a given. A mother can
you
pass it on.
You can pass the disease.
But what about a father? Do you know anything about a father passing, these diseases on to their children?
Well, the father can't give it to you. From the herpes, I don't think.
No,
But if a mother
no.
has it and she has it internalized,
carrier.
and she's passing you through her
Then she could give
canal,
That is
Yes,
so
that's true.
That's so
That is true.
peculiar. Because my mom does not have herpes, right? My mom doesn't even get cold sores. I never even seen her with a cold
like I
sore.
said, everybody
So
is
it's
different.
kind of that's just kind of.
She could be a carrier.
Peculiar.
I don't know,
and
but I
that's
don't
what I'm
want to say
saying.
that. I
No,
don't
no,
wanna
of
say
course
that.
not. Of course not. But
Or a
she's
cold
straight,
sore. You can catch a cold sore from kissing someone.
From kissing, yeah.
Okay.
Kissing.
Okay. Does
There's
that stay with you
There's
forever?
mono that you can catch from
Mono.
kissing. There's a lot of things you could catch. You could catch stuff from putting your mouth on somebody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
kissing
sure.
and making
For
out is
sure.
what people call it. That's a risk too.
Can I tell? I just want to tell one quick story. And this is the first time I knew how serious STDs could get. I'm not gonna get too much into detail of who this person was, but I knew this person who had a baby. And one time, well, it was her baby's birthday, and her baby had an eye, and her eye was running. It was running, and it had mucus, and it was like sealed shut from the mucus, and it was at the baby's birthday party, and I'm like, that baby got pink eye. Why is this baby? They're like, no, she don't have pink eye. She don't have pink eye. And this was a young mom. The mom was 14. And so I was like, no, that baby got pink eye. She don't need to be around all these other babies because we had a birthday party. I had my little nephew there. I was like, no, we finna leave because they was cousins. But I'm like, we finna leave because she definitely has some sort of pink eye. Come to find out, the baby did not have pink eye. Do you know what the baby had? Chlamydia in her eye.
Oh,
my
yeah.
Conjunctivitis.
Chlamydia.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. That's
can
what I
cause
want to say.
aversion.
I feel like a lot of people don't, because I didn't know that shit. But a lot of people don't realize you can get chlamydia and gonorrhea in your eye, in your
Yeah.
throat, in
Yeah.
any
It can cause
orifice,
blindness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
in
it causes
any
blindness, yeah.
orifice that you have, you can get an STD in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of the
Basically.
mucosal, because of your
Right,
mucosal.
right, right. And I feel like that's important.
Transferability.
So if you have babies and you out there fucking around and you hitting raw, make sure you going to get tested. You can give your babies that. She almost
And
lost her goddamn baby.
kissing. You have to
Kissing,
realize
kissing.
people
I
don't
love
realize
kiss.
that.
People
I
think,
love to
okay,
kiss.
if I
don't
have
No,
kiss.
oral
seriously, when they
sex,
sitting there kissing all on your
Some-
child,
right? And some people think like, oh, if I have oral sex, it's not sex. Well, yes, it is.
That's sex, yeah.
Cause you can
Okay.
get
You can get all
disease in your
kinds of
fucking
stuff.
throat.
exactly.
In your throat, literally. That shit.
So
that was
pineapple juice
mind-blowing.
don't help. If I drink
gosh.
pineapple juice, that won't.
What? That's
No.
supposed to make it
No.
sweeter. That's not gonna help
Viral
with
my
the
bad. I didn't know that.
STD.
And it also
No.
another
No.
thing too.
Uh,
Y'all have to think about the viral load in somebody's body as well, which is why some people don't catch HIV, for example. Right away, they might not catch because the person's viral load may be low. I don't know if y'all noticed, but they actually did recently. They just had some meds for that. And what has happened is that they've gotten the viral load so low to where it's considered undetectable. When they're on the undetectable spectrum, it comes off almost as if they like they can literally get tested and it wouldn't come up, even though you
Right.
know they got tested earlier and they were positive.
Right.
That's what they're trying to say, that it's almost to the point of not transmittable at that
Which
point.
is a beautiful thing because, you know.
It is, but it makes
it's-
people reckless though. Sometimes.
Well, it's true, but it's a beautiful thing because it has dropped
Yeah.
the transmission of HIV.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. That is
yeah,
true.
I'd rather see that than people still spreading it like back in the 80s
I
and
kinda-
back in the 90s.
And see, I remember I'm about as old as you are, and you know what I'm talking about. With that being said, I also see that some people tend to, child, if you don't stop slamming that thing, we're gonna have a problem. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my kid. He up in here doing too much. Hold on. I'm finna have to jack him up. I'm gonna be back, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. There's a lot to be learned here, man. He's still going. What was the most horrific thing you saw? What you was doing? Like that just shook you to the core. Like, oh, I don't even want to have sex. I don't even want to.
Oh, about
God.
sex. Oh, God.
I mean, like you just saw something, you just like this totally just blew you away. Like, wow.
An STD maybe when a woman had vaginal cancer and it was like no more tissue we could remove, and she was
Oh.
just
Hollow.
hollow. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, well, guys can get their penis removed too from warts.
No.
And testicles removed, testicular cancer from having papillomavirus. So it's. I'm not trying to turn everybody
Yeah.
away from having a natural life because we're supposed to
Yeah.
have sex. I'm just trying to get everybody to be aware that it's nice to be with one person.
It is.
That is, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people, sex has become so overrated now. So, just be aware, be tested, and get to know your partner. Fall back from the hennies and the tequila that puts you into certain situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a week last week we just talked about nothing but sex. And this is hey, what's how you doing, familiar? Good seeing you. Now this is just bringing it all back in, right back down to earth. That hold on, Austin, can you have a seat over here, please? Yeah, can you have a seat over here, Austin? Oh, all right. Yeah. But yeah, this brings it right back down to just the reality that you out here having fun and all this music and drinking and weed and having unprotected sex. It can be repercussions for that, And all jokes aside, but I have a real serious question. In the universe, we being avatars, can we have sex and catch a virus? I just want to know. I'm trying to lighten up the situation. I'm just trying to lighten it up.
I think this is the safest place.
Yeah. No, but that's where it's going. Since all these diseases, you can't. They do have where avatars are having intimate sexual course, and you're not catching nothing. I mean,
safe
I
sex.
know it's kind of off topic a little bit, but that's probably why too. You ain't you're not catching nothing. You're probably not catching feelings. You're probably, you're not catching the disease. So I mean, but yeah, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So are you planning to planning on to retire, or are you still working in that field?
After COVID, I
Oh
got,
yeah.
I really did reconsider doing something different, but this is all I know. So maybe being an activist for certain patients, I may consider that. Because a lot of times people come in hospitals, they don't know what they're, all kinds of help and things that they provide. Hospitals can provide. I keep hearing myself talk, but um, but due to COVID, yeah, a lot of the nurses fell off because it was a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
When you taking care of everybody and nobody take care of you,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, y'all went through a real
excuse
big
me, ma'am.
thing
hmm
when COVID was going on.
We still had to go to work while
I'm
everybody
not the
stayed
bride. I'll still
home
throw up.
and bought TVs and ate shrimp and lobster. We was at work with
Right.
masks on,
Yeah.
barely able
Yeah.
to breathe. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I got some chill. Yeah, because it was talking about y'all didn't want to take the Bacon. You got some feedback going on with your. Can you back up some? Yeah, it's
I
feedback.
got her back on that though. So during the pandemic, while
hmm
y'all was helping out people that were going through it, get what I was doing. Believe it or not, I was making body bags.
Wow.
That how many people we had to die in Georgia. We had a whole company to stop what they were doing, producing stuff to make body bags.
Yeah.
So I feel where you coming from on that no days off situation. And yeah, I do act a fool around here, but don't never get it twisted. I know where you come from. I used to work for River Edge. I don't know what y'all know what that is, but that's working with the mental ill. That's a long road you got to cross. I done been a PCA, personal care assistant. I done did a lot of stuff in life. But at the end of the day, bro, I understand where you come from. 'Cause ain't no days off when it comes to that field. And right now I'm working for the Middle Georgia Food Bank.
Okay.
So with the come with the food bank, get what though? It's people out here, these churches, the people, the homeless, they got to eat, man. So I understand everything you talking about when it comes to health, wealth, just making sure everybody's straight. And that shit takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
And I hear it in your voice. You tired, my nigga. You tired. You tired.
Yeah. Well,
You
So
gotta,
that brings me to my question. I wanted to know, like, what do you do to like
exactly, baby. I don't know
um,
what that nigga got.
detox from your job, or just to get away from it all? Like,
good question.
how do you reset yourself?
Well,
The metaverse.
that is one of them. I usually come on here, but sometimes this place can be toxic too.
Yeah.
But I go on trips. I do what makes me happy. And even though the job can be tough, it gives you a different perspective on life because when you see people doing worse than you, it makes you appreciate your health. And he said
Yes,
something that was key, and that is health is wealth. Man, if
absolutely.
you are healthy, you are wealthy. Because there's a
Yes,
lot of people out here that is not healthy.
yes.
So, yeah.
That's why I pride myself
hmm
on like working out 5 times a week,
hmm
and I eat as
Eating
healthy as I
right.
possibly can.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. That's real talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Anybody got any other questions besides?
Bacon.
Anybody want to ask? That she's a
Dare you to
Bacon
say
registered
my
man.
nurse.
name. I dare you to say my name.
Besides bacon, anybody else want to ask any other questions, please?
Don't be
For you like I
scared.
love you, dog.
All
I'm
right.
gonna disown your ass.
Have a seat, bro. Have a seat. So off, you had to come up here. You have to come up here if you want to ask a question. Yeah, walk right between the ramp. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just curious
There
about
you
what the
go.
topic is. I just got here.
Hi,
Oh,
sir.
she's a
How you
registered
doing?
nurse, and just talking about her occupation. You want to ask her a question about emergencies or anything else that's dealing with the field, her field.
Okay, as a nurse, is there counseling available based on a lot of stuff you see? Do you develop, or is there a higher potential for you to develop like PTSD or something in that nature?
Wow. Well, especially after COVID, yeah, they give us 800 numbers that we can call. Most jobs have that. I don't know if any of you guys go to your employer and they have that number you can call if you're depressed or if you need
Yes.
someone to talk to for guidance or
Yes.
at most all corporations or jobs have that. But yes, they do have a strong foundation for nurses, especially after COVID. We had a lot of counseling and a lot of people to talk to. It was a lot. And even before that, believe it or not, guys, I don't know if you guys even know this. Domestic violence, we talk about that sometimes.
Talked about that
The
yesterday. Yeah,
okay, the
yeah.
worst day of the year for nurses is actually Super Bowl Sunday.
I hear that.
Really? Why
Um,
is that? Ooh.
because
Eh,
guys are drinking,
yes.
and I'm not saying just guys, women are drinking. If the team lost, they're mad, or if they lost a bet, a lot of women are getting their ass kicked
Yes.
on Super Bowl
Wow.
The
Sundays.
most
And
toxic
I
time.
worked a Super Bowl Sunday and it was busy.
Wow.
And some of the things I saw was horrific. So that gave me PTSD. Super Bowl Sunday. Every Super Bowl Sunday I put up on Facebook, let your man watch the game, leave him alone, make him a sandwich, let him hang with his boys. Just leave him alone or vice versa because it is the highest day of domestic violence.
Damn, that's messed up. You shouldn't
So,
even have to
Really?
say that.
but it's real.
Yes.
It's
That is
Wow.
real.
true.
I
I
didn't know
heard that
that.
before.
Yeah.
I
So
read
my
that
second
before.
question is,
Hmm.
like, I realize the nature, of nursing. Sometimes you guys see technically more than doctors do because you deal with a lot of the emotional counseling aspect of things. So, what is the suicide rate among nurses based on your profession and the trauma that you guys take on?
God. Oh, that's
And
a
is that
great
a problem?
question. Um, that's a problem everywhere, not just with nurses, but um,
But based on the profession, it would probably be
I,
higher because of what you see and experience.
I
Is what
don't
I'm
see a lot
asking.
of that. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen,
Hmm.
but I don't. It depends. Like, there's many types of nurses, so maybe in my field it might be a little higher
Yeah.
because we're in the OR, we're in the ERs,
Yeah.
but it depends on what avenue you chose to take as a nurse. So
Yeah.
I don't know the statistics for that.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I was just curious, about, what kind of care, because nurses, technically care for everyone. You guys care for everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone, even sometimes more than doctors do.
Hmm.
You guys take on the role of a paternal or, a paternalistic, role a lot of times.
Hmm.
And sometime you guys see, well, not sometimes, all the time,
All the
you guys
time.
see
Hmm.
the reality of the world.
Right.
There's nothing that you guys technically have not seen, that we haven't seen,
You want you to see on a normal basis. That's
you
true.
know
Yeah.
and so I guess from my standpoint, I'm just wondering, like, the how do you guys deal with it? Is
It's
it
tough. I
suicide
mean,
normal? Is trauma
um,
normal? Or you know what I mean? So I guess that's the point of my question. I guess I'm trying to show you a little bit of care.
oh, that's sweet. Well, no,
You know
I
what I
don't want
mean?
to hurt myself. Actually, I live off of caring for people. This is something I wanted to do. It wasn't exactly the career I chose, but now that I've chose it, um, I can't even describe it. Um,
No
I
one
get
has ever
something
asked
out
you
of
that
it.
question, have they?
Not really. Not really.
See? See, you guys need as much care too. So
Oh,
that's
that's
my
sweet.
point.
That's
Okay.
sweet. Thank
Okay.
So
you.
anyway, you have a good one.
You too. Thank you, sir. That
All
was a
right.
great
Hey, no
question.
problem.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. When COVID hit, did y'all
Hmm.
have to take the I'm getting feedback. Did y'all have to take the COVID test? The get the jab, the COVID test?
Did
Was
we
that
get? We had to get
yeah,
vaccinated.
that was
Yes,
that
for
was a
sure.
requirement.
And I was scared. Can I say shitless?
Vegas, you are giving me feedback. Can you go down for a second? It's just getting a lot of feedback to you. Yeah, you go. Appreciate it.
I
Yeah,
was
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
scared. I was truly scared because I didn't want them putting that virus in my body.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but I had to work, and it was at a point. Some of y'all knew about this. If you didn't get your
Mm.
shot, they will fire you.
They'll fire you. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that was
So, I had
yeah.
this series, and of course, it made me sick. And I
Mm.
got the booster. Well, not deathly ill, but I felt symptoms.
Right.
Then I had to get the booster, and I got the next booster. Now, this last booster I didn't get because I wound up catching COVID.
No, wow. And all
So,
wow.
so I felt like, why would I add more antibodies where if I already got antibodies?
Right.
So eventually all of us are going to get it
Right. Exactly.
eventually.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, but now
Yeah.
getting it is a little easier than it was 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
Right.
People were
Right.
dropping dead.
Yeah,
Now
I
people are
remember
just
that.
having
Yeah.
symptoms. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, watching all that
Yes.
on YouTube and
Yeah.
seeing the body bags go out. That was
It
Very
was
just
crazy.
scary
crazy.
time.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what kind of hours were you working back then when
Oh,
that was
that
going on?
I would do 12s. I would do
Oh, okay, you
10s.
12.
Yeah.
The normal. You were-
Call. I hated call.
They call you in.
Now where I'm at now, I don't have to do any call.
Yeah.
So
Everything kind of
yeah.
died down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was trying times for y'all.
Yeah.
And well, let me say this: I do commend y'all for because y'all the backbone of the hospitals and emergency rooms and the medical.
Yeah, but
you
they
know.
didn't want to give us no extra money. We
Yeah.
had to fight for hazard pay. We had to fight for a lot of stuff.
Right.
So, but
That's terrible.
yeah,
But y'all unionized, right? So
not every hospital is unionized. No,
really,
no.
because a lot of them are privatized. That's why, or
I don't know. Like University, I don't want to say the name, but hospitals aren't all
all
Oh,
unionized.
yeah.
I didn't know
Right.
that.
Yeah,
I thought all of them have like a union.
not all. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
but I'm thank you for like having me though. This is like that question that the guy asked me really put me on the spot. Nobody's ever asked me that.
And what
So,
question was that? He asked a bunch. That's sir. Yes.
How are we doing? How are we?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
feeling?
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's a great
yeah.
question, and
Yeah.
never gave it much thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anybody have any more
Yeah, any
questions?
more questions? Yeah. Go ahead, bro. You don't really-
Bacon.
I'm talking about, bro, you don't like me. I know you don't like me, but I got questions. Anyway, hey, what's a clinical evaluation?
That's usually done by the doctor.
What is that? What is it?
That's when they diagnose you
For what?
for whatever you're in for diagnosis for.
You're
So I got DUI, and I got to do a clinical
You know
evaluation.
Well,
Well,
I don't
man.
know anything about
All
that.
right, all right, bet. You
I'm
a doctor, but
sorry.
something. All right, cool.
She's
She's a nurse. She's a registered nurse.
Yes, bro, she a doctor. I got 2 DUIs. I got to do a clinical evaluation. I want to know what it is.
You might have to go see some doctors to.
Nah, I ain't
diagnose.
talking to you. Don't talk, super. Like you said, let the nurse talk.
Wow. Maybe you have to be diagnosed by a doctor. I don't know.
Okay. Appreciate it.
No
You
Whatever
gonna
problem.
that
I'm
is.
talk on
laughing
my
at
own
you.
show, bro. You
Come
better
on,
go-
bro.
go
You
ahead.
always trying to bully folk when you got us on the
Bro,
stage
let
talking
me-
to somebody. I want to talk to the doctor. You don't know nothing about
I'm
it.
not a doctor.
What are you
She's a registered nurse.
I
I'm
asked
not a
her.
doctor.
Okay, then. So with that being said, I asked
You
a
gonna tell me to
question.
shut up?
I said, don't talk if you don't know what you're talking about.
You shouldn't be disrespectful to the.
Bro,
Yeah,
you
you're in
you
his
need
house. You gotta be nice.
No, in
Me
my
too.
house, I'm gonna take this shit because don't nobody want to be in here unless I'm in here.
What? Wow. Interesting. Wow.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he gotta go, bro. He gotta go. Yeah. Dudes be jealous, man. Dudes be jealous. Yeah. He got problems. Yeah, go ahead, Georgia Peach.
Hey,
People got
Hi,
problems.
Georgia.
I mean, you
Hey.
middle first. You gonna take my house. Go ahead.
it's not so
I'm
much
sorry.
of a question, but I'm a dental assistant, and I feel what you're saying in the field because when can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So when COVID hit, I was laid off for like a long time, like 6 months, and when we came back to work, like we was suited up, booted up, like I was actually scared to go back to work, because we work in people's mouths.
Right.
So we had on the gowns, booties, we had on headgear, everything. And I was scared to even go to work. So, how did you feel like when like did you ever think in your mind like I can't do I know you want to help cuz I like to help people too as well, you know, and we are two different professions, but how did you feel like when COVID hit? Did you ever feel like I can't do this? I don't want to do this? Like because that's how I felt like I didn't want to go back to work seriously because we was at a risk as well. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
as well as you.
Yeah. I did not want to go back to work, but it is the duty that I
Right.
swore to take care. I'm
Yeah.
sworn
Right.
in to take care of people.
Right.
So, yeah, each and every day, I always worried about catching it. I literally had it to a point where I had a hamper at my front door. So as soon as I came in, I stripped.
Right. Yeah.
We were all. I wore the garb. I wore
Mhm.
the N95s. I did all of that stuff, and each and every day, I always worried
Right.
about bringing it home. So
Yeah.
yes,
Like I
I
had I
didn't
had
want to
two
work.
masks on too. I had two
Mhm.
masks. I mean, I had an
Mhm.
N95. I
Mhm.
had two pairs of gloves. I mean, it was crazy. Like,
Mhm.
um,
Did you ever
and
catch COVID?
I did. Yes, I did. I
See.
had it, but I had a mild case, very
Mhm.
mild.
Mhm.
I never got vaccinated. Never got
Okay.
vaccinated. It wasn't
Okay.
a requirement,
Mhm.
but I didn't want to get vaccinated anyways.
Right.
And but I'm one of the people that actually still to this day I still wear my mask.
Right. Me too.
I still do what I need to do.
Mhm.
I still protect myself and other people around me. If I feel a little sick, I don't go around anybody. I stay my ass at home, you
Mhm.
know. So
Yeah.
that's just me personally. I take my mask wherever I go. I'm in the store.
Right.
It's just embedded in my head. Like this is what I need to do, not only for me, but to protect other people around me.
Well, let me tell
Because
you something that's so funny, Peach,
mhm,
and I don't mean to cut you off.
mhm,
I I was around many patients with COVID,
mhm,
and I still caught COVID, and it
yeah,
wasn't from the
Mm.
patients. It was
Yeah.
from my son coming to visit me from Florida.
mhm,
Wow.
He infected the whole family.
Mm.
So sometimes going to work, you might be at your safest because you
right,
are
Right.
aware.
yeah,
And then when you get relaxed and you let people come around, is how you catch it. So
Right.
remember
right.
that as well. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I actually
Hmm.
caught it from a patient because
Wow.
when COVID first hit, you had to sit in your car. You couldn't even go in, you
Mm.
know, and if you had a temperature, if you had
Hmm.
all these symptoms,
Hmm.
you couldn't even go in. I
Right.
found out later because at the time they were doing like if you caught COVID,
Hmm.
they were calling you. The health department will call you,
Right.
Right. Right.
but she actually lied and had COVID and didn't tell anybody,
Mm.
and she still
Wow.
came into the dentist's office knowing she had COVID because
Hmm.
she was diagnosed with COVID.
Wow.
And I'm the only person that got affected, and you know the whole
Mm.
office got shut down, and you know they had to do cleaning and all kind of stuff, and I was off of work
Hmm.
for 2 weeks at that time. But
Yeah.
you know, even for me, I re- I just I'm still nervous about it. I'm still like, and I hate wearing my mask because it's hot. I can't breathe half the time, but I'm
Right.
doing it to protect myself and other
Yourself.
people around me
Right.
because I do
Hmm.
have elderly family members that I'd be
Hmm.
around when I go back home,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I just feel like it's the right thing to do. That's just my personal opinion,
Hmm.
and
Mm.
so
Huh?
I just respect what you do.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ginger. Thank you.
even
I
for me.
respect
I'm
what
not.
you do.
Yeah,
You're in
Man.
the
it was rough.
airways. You're in that airway all day. That airway is where it
Yeah.
resides. So I
Yeah.
respect what you do as well.
Thank you, Queen.
So
Wow.
Appreciate it.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Wow. Anybody? Oh, okay. Got Sir Arthur up there. Go ahead, brother.
You gotta turn your mic off. On
Yeah,
rather.
you're on mute. Yeah.
So, a little bit about like I have like multiple professions, but like one of the professions that I have is I work in as a private security contractor. So what that means is I kind of sold out to the highest bidder, you know, for my talents. Um, so when right before the epidemic actually hit the U.S., um, so the
some good weed. Rilla! God is good. Oh, God is so good.
What's happening? How come I can't hear you?
Oh, shit, I'm about to sneeze.
Hey, yo, we in party only. Yo. Hey, what's going on? Yo,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm great.
Golden. Yo,
Fucking
Give me
great.
some more weed.
yo, you call me mate.
I'm
Okay,
on fire
hey.
today. Oh yeah. Just say, oh yeah. What's that when you do? Yeah. Yeah. I'm on fire today.
Yo,
Yeah.
hey, yo, oh God, we in the.
I'm gonna
Oh,
be.
shit.
I need everyone to give me destinations to travel to. I need destinations.
My nose tickling.